Hello, 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 hello. How are you? This is Elskindra from Bemis Crafty Corner. And today I have a little project for us. This is the original size. And then I decided to make it a little bit bigger. And we're going to do it actually in, I'm going to give you the measurements to do it in 3 sizes. I'm going to do it in 1 size. I'm going to show you how to do it, give you the measurements to do this in 3 sizes. So that you can make one, you know, that's a little taller, and we're going to make one that's wider. Okay? So these are little tea bags. Cute little tea bags, right? And then they have tiny little journaling cards in them. Okay, and you could like use a folded journaling card in them, and that would give you like, you know, 4 times the amount of writing space, or at least twice the amount of writing space. So I'm going to go ahead and get started getting all the supplies, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, let's get to looking at some supplies. You're going to need a paper trimmer that's going to handle the paper that you're going to be using. Scoreboard if you have it. If you don't worry about it. With scoring tool. Paper. This is paper, not cardstock. Paper. Okay. Stapler. A bone folder. Some adhesive. Some baker's twine or string or friendship cord, whatever, and something to make your card out of, and some a piece of paper to make your tag, you know, your tab for this out of. Okay, so we're going to get started. I'm going to do the medium size, but I will put the instructions for the smaller one and the larger one in the directions. Okay, so let me clear the desk, get the trimmer back out here. We'll get started with a few simple cuts. I'll be right back. Not you. All right, so I have taken the top strip off. This is actually a piece of scrap of it that I had. I had a half sheet or so here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this. It's going to be 2.5 inches wide. So mind your direction. And it's going to be 8 inches long. Now, the other size is just shorter, but the larger one is actually wider. Okay? So, we're going to cut that down, and then we're going to cut a second piece, and that piece is going to be 2 inches by 1 inch. And you can use any scrap you've got for this, okay? 2 inches by 1 inch. And that is all of our cutting for the moment. So I'm going to get rid of the cutting board and clean up my mess, and I'll be right back. A couple of quick scores. We're going to take that piece that's 1 by 2 inches and just ease it a little bit off of the side, okay? And then score it at 1 inch. Put it to up here. We're done with that. Then we're going to take this piece and we're going to, with it upside down in the scoreboard, we're going to put a little notch right here at 1 1/4. And then with our pattern going properly this way, we're going to score this at 3 3/4 right there, just like that. So you should have a notch up here and then a little flap at the bottom. Okay, that's kind of it for scoring. So I'm going to get rid of these, and we're going to get started with this piece first. So we're just going to fold it in half and burnish. Now, you can use a corner rounder. You can just nip this with a pair of scissors, whatever you want to do. I have a little punch that I'm going to use, and it just does a little corner thing, you know. You could use a ticket punch if you have one. If you have a square punch, you can also do this just by putting it in, you know, just a little bit and taking it off. That's it for that. We're going to put it to the side, and we're going to come to this piece, okay? So we're going to turn this over, and where that notch is, we're going to put our finger right there, or a bone folder, whatever. We're going to bring the corner down. We want to keep that fairly square, okay? So use your board, use a ruler, whatever whatever it is you have to do. Get that kind of squared, and then bring the other one down to meet it. This is not going to be perfect because you're just, you know. And then we're going to bring the point almost down to the bottom. Not quite, but almost. And then we're going to burnish that. Now, we're going to go ahead and glue all of this. So we're just going to put some glue in here. We're going to glue these two flaps. Press those down. And then we're going to glue down the point. Okay. Glue that down. Burnish it very well. Just kind of plow it in there. Okay. Alrighty. Now, this is optional. You don't have to do it. But if you want, you could get a circle punch. And you can put a finger notch in here. Okay. Right there. Now, if you're going to ink, do that now. So I don't really want to ink this so much as I just want to get rid of the white on the edge. I should put some ink on my dauber. I changed my dauber out. And brain damaged here. Okay. I'm like, why is there no color? Alright. I'm going to ink up here. Down here. And then I'm going to fold this and I'm going to ink my fold as well. Now, if you want this to be a little bit higher, that is entirely up to you. You can bring it all the way up and then put a crease in it. Totally up to you, okay? But now that I have that inked, I'm going to ink right along here as well. I'm going to glue this down. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right along the edge, a very thin line right across, boop, right on the edges, on both sides. And then I'm going to close this. Okay, so that's our tea bag tag, but you know, it doesn't look like a tea bag. I'm going to be back in just a minute. We're going to make it look like a tea bag. Okay, so this is friendship cord. You know, the stuff the kids use to make bracelets. And it's just the right thickness for this. So what I'm going to do is, it's about 8 to 9 inches. I'm just going to fold it in half. And I'm going to tie a knot. And I don't want the knot all the way at the end. I want, you know, those little strings. Because those are always there. And then, what we're going to do is we're going to bring this in. We're going to give it a little bit of ink. Now you could stamp on this if you wanted to. And I recommend that you do that before you do this. You know, before you do the stringing. Because if you don't, you're going to end up with a very off-center stamp. Okay? So if you want to stamp this, you know, to say, hey, this is a tea bag. This is the brand of tea, whatever. I would recommend that you do that before you glue it down, okay? So we're just going to use our handy dandy all the time tag. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in here and I'm going to glue it in. So I'm just going to take this and open it up. I'm going to glue all of this together. And you can use Fabri-Tac for this if you want to, but you don't have to. But I am going to put it in, and I'm putting the looped side in. And then I'm going to put a clip on this. I know there's one around here someplace. Alright, here we go. I'm going to put a paper clip on that just to hold it nice and secure. And then this side, I'm going to put right here, and I'm going to staple it. Because that's how tea bags come. Okay, now we're going to set this aside. And I'm going to clear this up. When I come back, we're going to be working on the little card to go inside. I'll be right back. So, as I said earlier, there's two ways that you can do this. You can do a single card or you can do a double card. So we'll do a single one first, and that means we're going to cut this at 3 3/8, and that is the line between 3 1/4 and 3 1/2, okay? This is just a tea-dyed index card. And then it is going to be 2 1/8 wide. So that's just like the first sort of big line past the 2. Okay, and that's the single card. If we want to do the double card, we're going to do the same height. So we're going to be doing this one again at 3 3/8. Let me turn this so I can. 1, 2, 3. 3 3/8. And then we want it to be twice as wide. So it's going to be 4 1/4. Okay. And for this one, I just kind of like back it off a hair. And I'll tell you why. Because when I fold it over, it's going to create a little bit of bulk, and that's going to make it a little bit tighter in the pocket. So 2 of these. I'm not going to score it. All I'm going to do is fold it in half. Okay. And then I'm just going to hit it with my bone folder. So our tag is now dry. Let me take this off. And this is the single card. And you're just going to have to kind of fit it a little bit and see, because you know glue moves. So it's not an exact science. Let's see if that goes in. If it doesn't, just put it back in your trimmer. The number I'm giving you for a tag, because glue, you know, tends to spread a little bit, is just really kind of a starting point. And you just have to kind of mess with it a little bit. So let's take that and see. I think that's going to be it. That is it. It goes right in there, no problem. It's a little journal card. You have 2 sides to journal on. Now let's say we want to put in a little more journaling space. This is the folded one. Okay, so now you have twice the journaling space. So you can put a single card in or you can put a double card in. It is entirely up to you. You can decorate the pocket as you wish. You can do some more stamping on it if you want. You can tuck this into a little tuck spot or a belly band or into a pocket within the journal. It is entirely up to you. It's got a little tag on it. Maybe use it as a bookmark. Anyway, that is my project for today. There will be, as I said, in the description below, there will be measurements for 3 different sizes. And the other one is a little bit, it's about, I don't know, it's like 3/4 of an inch wider than this one. Okay? So that's it. That's all I have for you today. If you're new here, hit the button for me and subscribe. Like everything that you see. Come on, help me out in the algorithm. Check out my community tab here on YouTube. It tells you everything that I got going on. Also, skip on over to my Facebook group. It is a private group, but we are very welcome to everyone. And check out my Ko-Fi for some free digitals or my Patreon if you're so inclined. Until I see you again, stay well, my friends. Bye-bye.